Peace, gang, and welcome to Conscious Crusade 7-Day Yoga Challenge, Day 3. Oop. You know what? Hey, gang, welcome. Let me put in this microphone because it's a lot better. All right. Sorry for that noise. And we're back. All right. Peace, and welcome to Conscious Crusade's YouTube page. Today is day 3 of the Yoga Challenge. I want to thank you guys for joining me. I hope that you guys have checked out the day 1 and day 2. Please give me feedback. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, I've heard that I give pretty decent cues. So make sure you listen to your body. Make sure to breathe and modify when you need to. Do not do anything if it's too strenuous for you. Cool? All right. So we're going to get started this morning in what we call child's pose. I've offered that. We're going to start in child's pose. And it's actually the traditional resting posture in yoga. So let's come onto all fours. And I want us to be on the tops of our feet. Knees are wide as we can. Push our glutes back to our heels. Reach your hands out front, fingers are spread, and rest your forehead gently on the mat. And naturally breathe. This is child's pose. Anytime you go into a yoga class, if you want to rest, you become fatigued and need rest, this is the posture that you go to, child's pose. Settling in, scanning the body. Any place you're feeling resistance, try and release. Maybe a few more breaths. And once you exhale, while remaining in child's pose, walk your hands all the way over to the first side. Reach as far as you can with that hand. Place the opposite hand on top or next to it and relax your face in between your biceps, and you'll feel a nice side body stretch. 2 to 3 breaths. And once you exhale, let's go to the opposite side. Again, reach as far as you can with that hand. Place the opposite hand on top or next to it and relaxing your face in between your biceps. For a few breaths. Experience this nice side body opening. Let's walk our hands back to the center. And this time I come onto our finger pad. So just be on your fingertips while resting your forehead on the mat. And you can alternate lowering the opposite armpits. Get into your scapula. Place your palms down and then open your palms up towards your ceiling. And once you exhale, make your way into table. In table, let's do a little cat-cow. Inhaling, belly lowers. Exhaling, back goes to the ceiling, tuck your chin in your chest. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, tucking your chin in your chest. Lady going back and forward. And inhaling, looking up. I'm just creating space in my vertebrae. And exhale. Walk your hands out front a little bit. Push your glutes back to your heels. And lift up your torso. Make your way into upward facing dog. Looking up, I'm on the tops of my feet. My knees and quads are lifted. Drop the knees. Push your glutes back to your heels. We'll do this 3 more times. Raise your torso and make your way into upward facing dog. I'm on the tops of my feet. Knees are lifted. Heart going to the ceiling. 2 more times. Drop the knees. facing dog, nice and slow. One more, drop our knees. And back to upward facing dog. And make our way to the table. Start with the one hand. Starting with the one hand, threading the needle again. Inhaling the arm up. Exhale, threading your needle. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, thread your needle. One more again. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, thread the needle, and go ahead and rest your head, your ear on the mat as you breathe. Try to keep your knees in line. Try to keep your hips square. The back of that extended hand is heavy, and we're breathing. A nice twist. You're here for one more breath. And once you exhale, engage your palm and inhale that arm up. And exhale, lower down. Let's go to the other side, opposite hand. Inhale the arm up, and exhale, thread the knee. 2 more times. Inhale the arm up, and exhale, thread the needle. Last, inhale the arm up, and exhale, thread the needle, and we're breathing. This extended hand is heavy. I want to make sure I'm thinking about keeping my knees in line and keeping my hips square. And I'm breathing, trying to relax into the posture and settle if I'm all tense. Just be here for one more full and complete unrushed breath. And after you exhale, inhale the arm up, and exhale, lower down. From table, let's lift our feet, come into modified plank with our knees down, palms right up under our shoulders. If you're feeling strong, go ahead and curl the toes under and come into full plank. Back going toward the ceiling, crown of your head going toward the front of the room, tilt your pelvis forward, heels go toward the back wall. Plank. Come forward with the elbows scraping the sides, lower a little push-up and pause. You can be on your knees here. And then come onto your pelvis. Slide your hands back up on your elbows. Hug the elbows in nice and tight. Inhale. Exhale, lift everything from your waist up. The back of your neck is long. Your forehead is heavy. Gaze at your nose. Cobra pose. Long neck. Be here for 3, 2, and lower down. Just for a breath. Engage your palms, and this time transition into upward facing dog by lifting your knees and your quads. Heart goes toward the ceiling, shoulders up and down the back. Think Nike sign. Drop your knees, curl your toes under, and we'll send our hips up and back in our first down facing dog. Yogis are encouraged to walk their dogs by alternating the bending of the knees. I like to push my hips high whenever I bend one knee and straighten the opposite leg. I also like to shake my head gently, yes and no. Releasing tension in the neck. Now can everybody inhale up onto the tippy toes? Exhale, heels go toward the mat. Push your hips high. Again, inhale up onto your tippy toes. Heels go toward the mat. Push your hips high. Now try this. Come onto your finger pads. And then come onto your tippy toes. Tuck your chin to your chest and tiptoe your toes in towards your wrist. Just see how open your posterior chain is. Once your toes reach your wrist, lower your heels. Inhale your spine long. And you may want to place your hands on your shins. I don't want to round back. The spine is long. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Let the head hang heavy. Shoulders away from the ears. The back of your neck is long. My knees are bent. I'm going to grab opposite elbow and sway from side to side, just waking up those hamstrings, maybe a little bounce. Maybe lift up all 10 toes and place them down. Do that a few times. Maybe a little bounce. My knees are slightly bent and I'm just hanging out. Let's go ahead and release our hands. Let's tuck our chin to our chest. Bend your knees. Send your hips low to slowly come to stand. Your head is the last thing that you will lift. How we feeling? Let's meet at the tops of our mats in our, I'm going this way, in our mountain pose. Inhale the shoulders up to the ears, relaxing down the back, your earlobes, shoulders, hip bone, ankle bone, all in a line, and your fingers are relaxed. Sun salutations. We're going to do 2 today. Let's do 2 sun salutations. We inhale the arms up to frame the ears. Exhale, soft knees, flat back fold. Look at your knees, look at your quads. Inhale your back flat. Plant your hands, make your way to plank. We modified plank. With your elbows gripping the sides, lower to low push up and pause. Inhale into, let's do cobra first. Keep the pelvis down, hug the elbows in nice and tight. Lower your torso, come onto your knees, curl your toes under, send your hips up and back, down dog. 3 to 5 breaths here. Make sure in down facing dog, you are engaging your thumb and your index finger. The first order of business in down facing dog is a long spine. Knees can be slightly bent, that's fine, but you are engaging your quads, sending your heels toward the mat. If they don't make it, no worry. And once you get your 3 to 5 breaths, and after you exhale, look in between your hands, bend your knees, feet to hands. You can crawl, you can walk, you can hop. But once your feet reach your hands, don't come to stand. Inhale your back flat. Exhale, fold. Look at your knees and quads. Let's look up first. Arms spread wide as we come to stand. Our palms touch up top as we gaze at our thumbs. And let's lower our hands to heart center. Hands at our side. Samasti Tahi. We go again. Inhale the arms up, maybe back bend if you feel like it. And exhale, soft knees, flat back fold. Look at your knees and quads. Inhale your spine long. Exhale, plant the hands, make your way to plank. I'm gonna keep my hands up, knees up this time. Shoulders forward, the elbows gripping the sides, lower to low push up and pause. This time you can go into cobra, keep your pelvis down, or upward facing dog, knees and quads lifted, heart going toward the ceiling. And transition, downward facing dog. Can any of you roll right over your toes? It's fine if you can't. Get your 3 to 5 breaths in downward facing dog. I'm pushing the mat away from me with the heels of my hands. The heels of my feet are going toward the mat. And once I exhale, look in between my hands, bend my knees, feet to hands. You can crawl, you can walk. Some of you may be hoppers, more intermediate yogis. Once you reach your hands, inhale your back flat. Exhale, fold. Look at your knees and quads. Again, let's look up first. Arms spread wide as we come to stand. Maybe your palms touch up top, maybe not. Back bend if it's in your practice. Let's lower our hands to heart center. Hands at our side, Samasti Tahi. I hope you guys know, I'm just spacing you guys so you can see me. Plus I hit the wall, that type of thing. So, from mountain pose, I want to step out to the side. So your lengthways along your mat. And from here, toes slightly pigeon toes. So bring your big toes slightly towards each other. Heels go out. I want at least 1 leg distance in between your feet. I'm going to take yoga toe grip. Peace fingers, bend your knees. Yoga toe grip. Peace fingers, wrap around your big toe, clamber with your thumb. From here, inhale, exhale, slowly begin to straighten your legs. Use the strength of that grip to try to pull the top of your head onto the mat in between your feet. So wide-legged forward fold. Now we're breathing. Make sure the pinky sides of your feet are engaged. Maybe bend your elbows and try to stack the elbows on top of your wrist. If you're tight, you may feel like me, you may be shaking. And just hold here for another 5, 4, breathe, 2, and slowly release up to a flat back. Hands to your hips, elbows are nice and tight. Tuck your chin to your chest and slowly come to stand. From here, heel toe, make sure you spar your heels in towards each other. Toes go out diagonally. Toes and knees are tracking in the same direction. And we're gonna go in a goddess squat. Bend the elbows. Inhale, exhale, sink. Stand on the inhale and exhale, sink. Stand on the inhale and exhale, sink. And we're breathing right here. And when I'm squatting, I'm externally rotating my quads are going toward the back wall. My quads are going this direction when I'm squatting. And I'm tilting my pelvis forward. And I'm breathing. Goddess squat. May go from side to side. 3, 2, and slowly stand. From here, let's go ahead, drop our hands. We're making our way back to the front of our mat. So big toe pointing toward that direction, toward the front of your mat. Bend that knee and step toward the front. Let's get prepared for chair pose. This was the first posture that made me think, that let me know that yoga wasn't just for women. So, big toes, heels, ankles to touch, or you can have your feet parallel, a little bit of space where they're touching. Your choice. But, mountain pose. Bend your knees. Sink your hips low. Sink your hips as low as they possibly can. Reach your fingertips toward the mat. Keep your hips low. Only lift your torso and your arms and your gaze and your breathing. Chair pose. Breathing. Holding here for 5, 4, breathe, 2, and exhale, fold. Inhale your back flat. Plant the hands, step back to plank. With the elbows stripped to the sides, low push-up. Inhale into your back bend. Cobra, pelvis down, upward facing dog, pelvis lifted. Make your transition to down dog. From down facing dog, take that first leg, the right leg maybe, step it in between the hands. If it doesn't make it, grab your Achilles. I want the knee over the ankle. Keep the back heel lifted. Inhale the arms up. High lunge. Never let that knee collapse toward the big toe. Always third and fourth toe. Frame this front foot. Step this back foot back. Down dog. The front foot back to down dog. The opposite leg. Take it, step in between your hands. Again, if it doesn't make it, grab the Achilles. Keep the back knee lifted. Inhale the arms up. High lunge. Breathing. Frame this front foot. Step back to down facing dog. And let's do a vinyasa. Come up on your tippy toes. Tuck your chin to your chest. And roll into plank. Put your knees out if you want. Lower to low push-up. Inhale into your back bend, cobra or up dog. And transition to down dog. Look in between your hands. Bend your knees, feet to hands, however you need to get there. You can crawl, you can walk, or you can hop. Inhale your spine long. Exhale, hips low, chest and arms high. Hips low, chest and arms high. Chair pose. We're going to be here for 5, 4, breathe, 2, sink, power stand, maybe back bend as you gaze at your thumbs, and lower your hands to heart center. Hands at our side. Samasti Tahi. How we guys feeling? Check in. Balance posture. We're going to dancer pose. So we're going to start by balancing on this foot. So I'm going to lift all 5 toes and create space, and then let it down. And then I'm going to extend this hand toward the ceiling. Rotate this arm out to the side, bend this knee, and catch it in my hand, and try to line my knees up together. Focusing on my drishti and breathing. You can remain here. Let me turn to the side. You can remain here. If you want to go further, don't tilt your body further forward. Just kick this leg back to establish the back bend. And you kick the heel up, and away while you're reaching forward. Kick the heel up, and away while you're reaching forward. If you're right here, that's fine. That's fine. If you want to expand by reaching and kicking, reaching and kicking, reaching and kicking, please feel free. For 3 seconds, 2 seconds, slowly try to line the knees back up. You may wobble, and then release the posture with some integrity, and we shake it out. We got 2 sides. This side. First, I want to lift all 5 toes, create space, spread them out, and then I'm going to relax them. Extend this hand up as high as I can reach. This left hand goes out to the side. I'm going to reach down, bend this knee, and catch the foot in my hand and line my knees up. And breathe. You can remain here. If you want to take it further, first get that back bend by kicking the leg back, and then you kick and reach. Then you kick and reach, kick and reach, kick and reach. The heel is up, and away from the glute. 5, 4, breathe, 2, and slowly try to exit the posture with some integrity, and we release it. Now, if you flop out of those postures, no worry. You know, it's balanced. Sometimes we can stick them, sometimes we can't, but this is judgment-free zone. So let's make our way down to the mat. My favorite, yogi squat. Toes and knees, 45-degree angle. Try to keep the heels down. Hips low, side to side. Yogic squat. Can you stand? And sink back down. And again, if this is too much, get your block. Right here. Same rules apply. Elbows inside the knees, slight movement, yogi squat. Happy hips. Carry a lot of stress in our hips. Go ahead, nice to get this release. A few more breaths. And let's make our way onto our backs. Now first, let's be going on to our bumps first. Shape of an L. Extend your legs out. Knees can be slightly bent. Toes point towards you. Heels extended. Inhale the arm, frame the ears. Send your chest forward and high, and your fingertips even higher. Breathing. Inhale again. And on the exhale, try to keep your arms by your ears as far as you can. And then once you go as far as you can, Go ahead and grab your calves, your shins, your ankles, your toes, or what have you. But you're breathing. I do want a long spine. I do want your throat going toward your toes. I don't want your head going toward your knee first. Throat going toward your toes, nice fold, and then you can run. Some of you may be right here. If you have a strap, you can be here. That's the props are for. And we're breathing. Doesn't matter where you're at. Whether you're here or here, your body, your practice. One more full and complete unrushed breath. And once you exhale, let's go ahead and lift up. And now we've been done knees and make our way onto our backs. Your feet are hips width distance apart. Ankles up on your knees. Getting ready for bridge. Start with some pulses. Inhale, exhale, belly going toward the ceiling. Lower down on the inhale, and exhale, belly go toward the ceiling. Lower down on the inhale, and exhale, belly go toward the ceiling. And you can walk your hands down and grab your ankles if you choose, or clasp them together. But you're engaged in the soles of your feet. Chest chases your chin, but chin runs away from your chest. Knees go toward the front of the room. Bridge pose. And we're breathing. I'm constantly pressing my feet down, pelvis high, chest chasing my chin. A couple more breaths. Before coming up onto your tippy toes, tilting your pelvis high, releasing your hand, and slowly rolling down one vertebra at a time. And then we hook our knees into our bodies. And we rock side to side, forward and back. And right now, I'm going to break down shoulder stand for you. So take a look up here. First of all, we're on our backs. Once your feet get up in the air, you don't want to move your neck from side to side. So make sure the back of your neck is stable and that it's comfortable, because you don't want to move it once your feet get up in the air. To start, into a shoulder stand. Roll over one of your shoulders and try to bring your hands as close together. Try to bring your elbows as close together as possible and your hands as close to your neck as possible. And then you send your feet toward the ceiling, but in order to create a straight line from your collar to your pelvis, you have to drive your pelvis forward. And use your hands to support your back. And we're breathing. You want to try and create a straight line from the collar to your toes. And my feet, I'm trying to put them on I'm trying to jump toward the ceiling with my feet. My toes are spread, the balls of my feet are going toward the ceiling. Shoulder stand. We're breathing. This gets fresh blood to our brains. Also, a great thyroid massage. 2 more breaths. And to exit, we're going to pike and land. Don't just let your bum plop to the mat. Pike and slowly lower your sacrum onto the back and then your feet. Movement and motion is like lotion for the muscles and the joints. From your back, lift up your knees, flex your feet, knees together. And let's drop them off to one side. Drop off to one side and look the opposite direction. look and reach in the opposite direction, trying to keep your shoulders on the mat. So if your knees on your left side, you're reaching and looking right. And maybe your left hand is on the outside of that right knee. Maybe, maybe not. Nice detoxifying twist. Sink all the way back onto our backs. We have to scooch over to the opposite side of your mat. And then you drop the knees off to the opposite side and you reach and look in the opposite direction. Same rules apply. Maybe both shoulders on the mat, maybe not. They're not. No judging. Maybe that hand is resting on the outside of that bent knee to help you get a little deeper into the twist, or maybe not. Maybe 2 more breaths. Now let's make our way back onto our backs again. And this time go ahead and extend the legs down the mat to Shavasana. Let your toes flop naturally out to the corners of your mat. Your palms are face up and away from your body. Your spine is long. And let's blink our eyes closed. Settling in Shavasana. Relax your forehead, your brow. Release the eyes to the back of the skull. Don't clench your teeth. Don't clench your jaws. Release the tongue from the roof of the mouth, or let it gently graze your teeth. Noticing the rise and fall in your belly. Shavasana. Scan the body. Any place you're feeling resistance, see if you can surrender. If you'd like, you can pause this now, and I would encourage you to at least get 3 to 5 minutes in Shavasana. Before slowly bringing awareness back into your body by gently wiggling your fingers and your toes. Maybe making circles with your ankles and your wrists in both directions. Before giving yourself one last good morning stretch, reach your hands down above, pointing and flexing the feet down below. And hugging your knees into your bodies one more again. Day 3, you made it. I want you to go ahead and make your way over onto your favorite side, resting in a comfortable fetal position with your head on your bicep. Whilst keeping your eyes closed, use your hands to push yourselves up into a comfortable seat. Facing me, eyes are closed. Comfortable seat facing me. Let's inhale the arms up, our palms touch, and we'll lower our hands to heart center, pressing our thumbs into our sternum to lift our spine, but relax the shoulders and relax your elbows. And let's blink our eyes open. Hey gang, Yoga Challenge Day 3 is in the books. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to tell a friend, and please, 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 give me feedback. This is the path of the yogi. Enlighten me, I'm just enlightening you. Peace. Boom. So there it is, gang. Thank you for joining me. Like I said, like and subscribe, tell a friend, give me feedback, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Peace. Have a great day.